loves, and welcome back to another vlog. So today is Monday. It's actually my Logical Friday, so that's nice. And Logical Friday, in case you didn't know, that means that it's like practically your Friday. It doesn't matter what day of the week is, it's logically Friday. It's actually 1:30, so I am done with work for today. A lot of times on Monday I'll be done at 2, but my 1 o'clock didn't show up today, so that means early weekend for Carolyn. And so I'm about to go to Chili's and have lunch with my kids and my husband. That's going to be nice. But then really why I wanted to jump on here was because I wanted to tell y'all about this new book that I just started. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And I've just gotten through the introduction. I'm not that far in. It's not super long though. It's only like 5.5 hours, which for an audiobook really isn't bad. And it's the author reading it. It's James Clear who's doing the audio. And I always appreciate that because I feel like it just comes off better. And I'm liking it so far, but let me say, it kind of caught me off guard because the introduction is way more gruesome than you thought it would be. He gets a traumatic brain injury when he's in high school, and he goes deep into detail about that, which I guess maybe you need to know so you can understand the severity. But he talks about that, and then he talks about how his sister had leukemia 10 years prior, and she overcame that. But he ended up overcoming the traumatic brain injury, and then 6 years later, he talks about how he was nominated as a star athlete in college and holds a bunch of school records for them and different athletic baseball stuff. And he talks about how developing small habits like that got him to the point where he could learn how to walk again and learn how to play baseball again and get all the way worked back up. He talks about how small habits multiply when you continue doing them. The longer you do them, the more they multiply. And he really hones in on the fact that there are small habits that make a big difference. And he says that the small habits, a lot of people stop because they feel like in order to make massive change, they need to do massive changes. When he says, really, in reality, if you start by breaking everything down, like the example he gave was Olympic bicyclists in Britain and how they were absolute trash, and that if you broke down everything that went into being a bicyclist, if you did everything 1% better than you were doing it previously, then all of those things combined would make a huge difference. And so he really emphasizes the starting small part of it, which brings it into the title. So he means atomic as in like an atom. So like the smallest things, not like atomic. I always think atomic bomb, which I guess is splitting an atom. Oops, sorry, the phone overheated. So I just went ahead and drove to Chili's and let the phone cool down. But the author states that this is supposed to be like a step-by-step guide on how to form better habits. I guess the rest of the book is broken up into 4 chapters about 4 separate laws. I'm not really sure exactly what they are, but I'm going to be listening to that later today. And then I really do want to make sure that I listen to the book The Rose Codes, because I listened to the beginning part of it and then it got to a point where you're supposed to do a meditation, and I always like to make sure that I'm able to actually do the meditation properly if I'm going to be doing it. Now I don't mind driving and listening to it and kind of zoning out that way, but I don't want to be running around my shop cleaning while I'm trying to listen to a meditation. That's a little bit different. And I also wanted to make sure that I got a cardio session done at least tomorrow. Probably not tonight, since I'm going to be at Chili's. I'm going to be having a little drinky poo. But tomorrow, for sure, I'm going to do it, and I think I'm going to start early. And actually, this is something I've been playing around with too. Let me know if you would be interested in it, because I'm not totally sold on the idea, but I do feel myself being slightly influenced. Because Sierra Schultze, she started running, and she started with a couch to 5K. And then one of my clients this morning was telling me that he's been running early in the morning. And I've been wanting to wake up earlier because ever since summer started, I've just been having the hardest time waking up in the mornings. For some reason, I'm telling myself I can sleep in, and then I feel like I'm just wasting my mornings. And then I feel like I'm running behind all morning long because I decided to sleep in. I'd rather get back into my routine that I was doing when the kids were in school, because I would wake up at like 5:30 and had so much time in the mornings, and I would get to work at least an hour early, and it makes my day go so much better. And I've been getting bored of doing the elliptical. Maybe that's why I haven't been bringing myself to do it, because anytime I've been doing cardio, it's always on the elliptical. And I've worked out decently, consistently for the past like 10 or 12 years, and all of that time, for the most part, when I've ever done cardio, it's been on an elliptical. And I'm just kind of bored of it. But then I tell myself, Carolyn, you must be some kind of crazy to start a couch to 5K program in the middle of summer in the middle of Texas. But if I did it in the mornings, I think I could handle that. And my phone looks like it's going to overheat again. So I will see y'all later. Enjoy the montage of me being at Chili's. Okay, we just left Chili's. It was awesome. I got a skinny margarita on the rocks, and then I also got the triple dipper with buffalo wings, the mozzarella sticks, and the Big Mouth bites. It was good. That's what I get almost every single time. I literally go to Chili's for the triple dipper. And I met my husband and my kids up there, and while we were out, we decided that we all kind of had a few stores that we wanted to hit up. So my youngest son wanted to get some Pokemon cards, so we're going to hit up Five Below for that because that's a hack. They have like the Pokemon packs. And then my older son, he's looking for this specific keychain, but I bet you if we can't find it, we could probably persuade him to get something else. And then we wanted to stop by Best Buy because I'm going to look into actually getting a DJI camera and see how I like that, because my husband's insistent that if I'm gonna actually vlog, then I need to not use my phone, because right now I'm using my phone with a gimbal, which is a stabilizer in the DJI app. It's a DJI gimbal. But he's been saying that the actual DJI camera, vlogging camera, is awesome and that it has really great reviews. So I want to see if they have one that I can actually hold and touch and stuff and see how I like it, because I'm simple. I don't mind like my phone and the gimbal. I think it works pretty well, but he is right. It is a little clunky and is kind of annoying having to pull my phone out. He said he thinks that I would get such better B-roll for my montages if I did, and I would film more haircuts and stuff like that if I did have the camera, and he's probably right. So I want to see that. And then just for funsies, we're going to go to TJ Maxx and Ross and see if maybe I can find a nice picture to put in the background, or maybe I can find some good throw pillows for our couch or our bed or something like that. I don't know, you know those places, it just kind of, they always have random things. I also like to look for the fake plants that they have at TJ Maxx and Ross. And I also like to look for some knickknacks and things like that to fill the shelves. And I do like their artwork that they have. Not always. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit like, oh, I bought this at the store. I tend to like a little bit more moody and a little bit more eclectic, I suppose. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to check. They're already inside because I told them that I was too uncomfortable filming in front of them still. But okay, well, I will see y'all when I get home. Okay, so we just got home. We went to Ross. We didn't end up going to TJ Maxx, but we went to Ross, Best Buy, and Five Below. We went into Best Buy, and actually, I'm really glad we did that because I did get to see the camera. I think it was the Osmo 3. I don't know. My husband will type it in here, the one that he wants me to get. But I was actually shocked by how streamlined it was. I thought for some reason that I was picturing like an actual camera on top of a tripod and just didn't really see how that was going to be too much sleeker. But this one was tiny. It was just like a brick almost. It was like a 1x1 by 5 camera, stabilizer, tripod, and everything all in one. I was like, oh, you know what? That would be a lot better for me to take on the go. So actually, I might try to save up for it, but we'll see how the whole vlogging thing goes. But so we didn't get anything from Best Buy. We did go to Five Below. That was our next shop. And I did find a few couple of things. First, I found these sunglasses. My son accidentally broke mine at, what was it? Oh, it was on Father's Day. But look at these. I think they were like $5.50. I mean, come on now. So good. And then I'm out of nail polish remover, so I just got a small one. It says professional nail polish remover, so hopefully it's nice and strong. I had one that was acetone free and it didn't work for anything, so hoping this works. And then I got this color by Sally Hansen. I've never had this color before, and normally I do pinks or reds, but this one caught my eye, so I'm excited to try this one. It's so summery. And then I got the goods. I've been wanting some chocolate here recently, so finally got that. But then the big haul was at Ross. So I wasn't exactly sure what I just go into Ross or TJ Maxx and just kind of let what inspires me inspire me. So I found a couple of good things today, actually. I found this blanket for like $15, and I thought, oh, it matched my room perfectly because we've been redoing our room, and I actually have this pillow. See that? It matches exactly. So this one's on my white chair that I have, and this one I thought would look nice kind of just thrown over the bed, like on the side or something. And I got this candle right here. It's amber vanilla. It smells so good, and I thought it would be pretty having it burning in here in the evenings or something when I'm trying to film. Oh, it smells so good. And then I found these giant throw pillows. This I'm actually super excited for. I was thinking that we could either put it in our living room because we've got like a decent sized couch, or I thought maybe we could throw it in here, but it's textured. See how pretty that is? And it's like a light cream color. And the important thing is that they come out, like you can take this off and have just the pillow inside and then wash this, which is a must for throw pillows. Like that green one I love, but it doesn't have a zipper or anything on it, so I just have to make sure that I keep it extra clean because I don't see how you can wash something like that. And with this being cream, we have to be able to wash it. And these I got for $35 for both of them. And then my husband found these glasses that he really liked. They're $5 for 4 of them. I don't know what it is about water glasses in our house, but they always disappear. It could be because I take them for my morning coffee and then they just get left at my shop or left in the car, and the next thing you know, or left upstairs in the kids' room, and the next thing you know, you like don't have any glasses. But these are super cool. They kind of go in the middle, so it's easy to hold, and they're a nice size but not too big. Yeah, I really like them. Normally, I only get my glasses from Goodwill or something like that because I like intricate patterns and things, but this is perfect. So we got 2 boxes of these. We got 8 of them, and I don't know how much we spent at Five Below, but at Ross I got all this for $71. I thought that was a pretty good deal, so I'm excited. I'm gonna put it all away and then get out of here so my husband can nap so he doesn't get mad at me, especially since he's been working so hard editing all these videos. So yeah, good haul today. I haven't really done much since I've seen you last. I had a bath and made some coffee, but really I'm checking in because we're about to do the final check of my very first ever YouTube video. So we haven't uploaded it yet, but we didn't upload yesterday and made it private and then listened to it, and the music was super loud and the audio was pretty quiet. But so I think we're going to be able to actually do our real upload tonight and get it public and get it going and share it out to all the social medias. So I'm excited and I hope I like it. We'll see how it comes across on the big TV versus on the phone. I feel like I need to see it on multiple different technology things before I can actually upload it. But I'm excited. Wish us luck. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. Okay, So the kids are up. We finally have it nailed down what we're going to be doing today. We had lunch and everything, but we're going to pinballs. I got to hurry up and get dressed because if we make it there before 3, Monday through Friday, I saw that you can get 2 hours of unlimited playtime for $24.99, I think, per person. And that's a pretty good deal. 2 hours for my kids. That's awesome. And I was hoping maybe my little son is tall enough to do the bumper cars. We'll see. I'll show you my outfit once I get dressed. And here we are. Just a pair of shorts that my sister-in-law gave me. This belt is from Shein. This bodysuit's from Shein. And then just a pair of sandals. We are ready to go. It is the next day. I'm outside of work. I've got my Starbucks. This is the brown sugar shaken oat milk espresso, except it does not look like it's been shaken. And then I also got the bacon sausage egg wrap. This is like my go-to, both of these. Both of these are like my favorites. I will say, I don't necessarily love when it's not mixed like this. I know that sounds kind of bratty, but all my coffee is at the bottom. So now I have to figure out how to stir it is the issue. Like, I either A, have to put in this straw into this tiny little hole and then, like, awkwardly try to do it. You know what I mean? But the sound kind of freaks me out when it, like, goes in. I don't know. I prefer not to have a straw. But I did want to mention that our first ever YouTube video is on our channel. It's officially up. It's been uploaded. It's been final edited and all that jazz. Which I'm glad we did upload it onto YouTube and made it private before we actually uploaded it, because we did catch a few things. Like, there were 2 clips that were kind of shaky still, which I don't know how they got missed, and Huey doesn't know either. Sometimes it just falls through the crack. And then also we found the audio was weird on one of my clips as well. It just was like the noise canceling in the background hadn't been canceled out, and you could hear the AC from my car. But we got it uploaded, and my goal for yesterday, so like the first full 24 hours that it was uploaded, my goal was 50 views. And I think this morning I checked and it was like 116 or something, which I know is like not really significant, but 116 views, that's so cool. That's more than I even expected. So that's super awesome. And then I was really glad that we got that out of the way. So on my day off, I could spend it with my kids because they've been really needing it. And I have been really needing it. That's like one of the hardest things, is trying to make sure that you're doing right by everybody and that you're giving everybody the time they need. Because my kids, they're having all of these emotions, but they don't really know exactly how to process them yet. And seeing them struggle with those sorts of hard emotions is kind of hard for me. I just feel so bad for them, but I feel so torn because I've been working quite a bit. You know, I own my own business, so I work a lot. And then now that we've added the YouTube adventure, all of the time that I've been at home, I've either been needing some like quiet time or alone time so I can do a little filming, or I'm helping Huey edit, because we're still getting used to how we work together. We're still getting used to my cadence, what I'm trying to keep in and what I'm not, because I still repeat things a few times. The time that I am home, I haven't been spending a ton of time with the kids. And I feel so bad and so guilty about that. And then since they're home this summer, they've been home way more. And they're not doing any sort of summer camp, so they're seeing how much I actually am gone. Which, when they're at school, it doesn't really matter, because if I work 9 to 2, they don't know, because I'm at work and they're at school. But now they're seeing it, and so I'm off on Well, I work all day tomorrow, and so I'm not going to be home. I work 9 to 7. No, I work 8:45 to 7 with no lunch break. And then I'm off on Friday and Saturday, so that'll be good. And I know it sounds like, Carolyn, why would you do that? Because it's like, why would you work 9 to 7, no lunch break? You're killing yourself, right? If I'm away from my kids, I feel like I have to make it worth it almost. And it's like, why have a lunch break when you're not with them. I know that's not logical, right? But I just struggle with, oh, I see a bunny. Aww. Well, that makes me feel a little better. But I just struggle with feeling the mom guilt of running all of my business and making sure I'm accountable to all of my clients, because I see like 50 people a week almost. I see between 40 and 50 people a week at least. And with it being just me, I'm accountable to all of those people, which means it makes me put a lot of pressure on myself. It makes me feel like I have a lot of pressure on me, because I also, sorry, the bunnies are running. It's so cute. Oh, I needed to see that today. But yeah, I just put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure that I'm not letting anybody down. And you can't determine when one of your family members is going to need more from you. And so I've just been trying to make it all work. I really loved having that time with the kids yesterday, but I think for today and tomorrow, I'm probably going to put my phone down and not YouTube, not vlog, but I'm going to make sure that I ask them what they want to do. And all day, Friday and Saturday, because I'm off both those days with my babies, all day those days, I'm going to make sure that they get all of my attention. That's just how it goes sometimes, right? You don't always get to do the things that you want to do, even though I'm still working. Like, it's still work, and I'm still, even when I'm vlogging, it's still work. And even when I'm on social media responding to people, that's still work, because it's still marketing. It's still things that I feel obligated to do. It's not necessarily always a fun thing. It's just a hard balance. But this is the time of my life where it's supposed to be a hard balance. My kids are young. It's supposed to be difficult. This is the hardest it's gonna be, right? That's what I tell myself. These are the hard years, from the time you have your kids up through your kids are out of college, or up through their at least teenage years. I'm not there yet, but that's what I'm hoping for. But those 15 years of your life are the most challenging, most difficult, hardest years. And that's why it's so important to stay focused and to read and stuff like that. Which I did do my meditation from the Rose Codes. I did do one meditation, the one that I was talking about that was upcoming, that I needed to stop. I did that the other night, the day before, but I think I'm going to do another one. I think I'll make sure that I make that a priority at some point today or tomorrow before I'm with my kids, so I feel ready and energized to give my kids my all. They were so angry at me in the morning time because they have these big emotions, and they're mad at me because they miss me and I'm not around, but they miss me and they want to spend time with me. So they're having those juxtapositions of emotions. And it's on me to help them process those right. And it's on me to make sure that I'm the patient one and that I'm understanding. It's just hard to make sure that you're not getting caught up in all the chaos of it all and feeling like you're being torn into 20 different directions, and make sure that you stay grounded and only being able to do what you can do, and being nice to yourself about it, and reminding yourself that you are enough and what you're doing is enough. Because if I were talking to somebody else, I would tell them the same thing. You're doing everything you can. It's okay. Be easy on yourself, right? Because that's the other thing I don't want to do. I don't want to ever feel resentful of how much work I'm having to put into it. I want to make sure that I'm finding the balance. And I don't know exactly how to find that balance always. And when I was reading that book by Brene Brown, Dare to Lead, she said that when she's talking to other people, she reminds them that she's just a traveler too. And that's how I feel. I'm just a traveler too. And I feel better about all the quality time I got to spend with my kids yesterday. And now I'm really needing some quality time with my husband. So we're going to make sure we do that. But I'm going to finish out this vlog and start my work day. And then I'm going to go home and cuddle with my husband and not leave my bed unless it's to answer something that my kids need or make them food. Or let my dog out, or, all the other things. But thank you so much for watching our first video. Thank you so much for watching this one. And hopefully next video, I find a little bit more balance. Have a good day. Peace.